Hey guys, so sorry that I was a little late in my delivery. Just a lot of things just happened at the last second, so I wasn't able to, get started as quickly as I should have. So, you know, getting started with the live stream. So sorry I was late, guys.
Hi everyone, Mary Ann's here. I wanted to do this little video because I did tell you guys I wanted to document the process of the wine cellar, and they start Monday, tomorrow. So I said, let me do the before tonight so you guys can see what it looked like before they
Hey Saint,
start.
hey Saint, hey Miss Independent. Sorry I was late, guys. Just had to do some last minute things. It took a little extra time. And I'm glad Rosetta is here as well, even though I don't see her for some reason. Um, so, getting this show on the road.
And you guys can see the finished product. So I'm going to start with the door. Um, the door will be changed. All these panels, there's one, two small, and four big one. Another door was purchased. This is going to be glass. So when you're sitting in the bar area, you have visual of the wine cellar.
What bar area? We don't know about any goddamn bar area, and this is a house from what I'm seeing. So, why do you need a bar area for your house? Like, lady, you live alone. So, I mean, what is even going to be the purpose of that?
And then we have this really cute doorknob. It's like a crystal. So that is going to go on the new door with the glass. Didn't come with a doorknob, so I had to get a doorknob. It's really pretty. White.
Oh, I hope those kids are fully. I hope those kids are an adults. Because it would really look bad for Mary Ann Lorient to be doing a wine cellar with all that alcohol around her kids and having a bar and stuff. That's not a good image for a supposed mother with two kids if she's raising them. If they're fully grown, then it's whatever. But if she's living with them, I mean, I'm not claiming she's neglecting them or anything of that, but one is an adult and almost an adult. Okay, see, then it's not so much of a big deal. Okay.
Trimming with see-through. You can see directly through the wine cellar. So this existing door, which is a very good door, I'm gonna transport it, have it delivered to the studio, and then change one of the doors from the studio. I'll figure it out. But anyway, let me open so you guys can see inside the cellar. It's the staircase. Here we go. So from here, I'll move so you guys get better view. Here we go. So this is what it looks like.
That's going to be a small ass wine cellar or wine, whatever she called it. What did she call it? A wine cooler? Right. Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing that this wine cooler that she's talking about, or wine cellar, is incredibly small as shit.
This is what it looks like. I hope I'm getting a good capture here. So I was gonna do hardwood floor on the floor, but I was advised not to do hardwood. I'm doing engineer.
Wait, how the hell is this going to be good for a wine cellar with it caved in like this? Like you're going to have to get some planks or what do you call it? Those things that the shelves and what have you. She needs shelves around these areas and what have you. But even if she did that, how much wine do you think is going to be in there, lady? It doesn't look like much of a wine cellar to me. Oh, that's probably it's a panic room. It's the Harry Potter cabinet wine cellar. That's what she's calling it. But I mean, this isn't even a cellar. This is like people are saying this is a closet. This is a closet. This is not a wine cellar. There's not even. Yeah, she is. I mean, dude, there's not even. It's like those channels that build game time under the stairs. Right, right. But I mean, look, there's not even any. There's no floor there. She's like, I thought I was gonna do some hardwood floor. There's no floor. There's no depth. It's just concrete. Oh boy. So let me get this straight. So over a month ago, she's she started saying, "Oh, I'm building a wine cellar. Everybody, it's gonna look cool. It's gonna look vintage." And it's even if you want to call this a closet, it's even incredibly small for a closet. This is nothing. Me neither. This is nothing.
Or something called engineer wood. And when you look at um, this, the
Yeah, they're called stairs, lady.
step, they're gonna be stained. They're gonna be
All right, a
stained.
winery. Good job saying. Thanks for reminding us. It's a winery. Williams, bro. This pathetic excuse for a closet is literally going to be her winery. She would have had to build out to the hallway. Yeah, exactly. She would have to. There's just no way, especially with these stairs.
And then there's gonna be a racket that goes there, and then each bottle will sit. Let me grab a bottle of wine so you guys get an idea.
I mean, okay, I guess you could do that, but even if you did that, that's going to be like what? One, maybe three wine bottles maximum? And looking at the stairs, how many are you going to do that? I could see you only doing it maybe on these two steps, and then the rest you'd have to pay for shelves and for tiny little shelves, and that might be maybe one or two bottles. I mean, come on, get real.
See what I'm talking about? The bottle will sit this way
Exactly.
on the racket. And then all the way over there.
Ooh, that's a very good point, Saint. I didn't consider that. If you really think about it, yeah, because if she actually puts them there, then anytime somebody goes stomp, 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 that could potentially cause the bottles to fall off any shelves she plans to make. That is an excellent point. I did not consider that. That's going to be a story for the aunties like Tasha K, who's also a drunk, right? This turtle never ceases to amaze. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
I got two really cute crate. One's gonna sit here, one's gonna sit there. That's gonna
Great.
be for over, how would I say that? You know, extra. And
Extra what? There's no space for that shit. There's going to be a crate there and a crate here. For what? What reason? Is it just going to be a crate full of wine bottles people can smash as they go up and down the stairs? I don't understand the logic of this.
so you get guys get a visual, like right here. He did one to give me a visual. So we're gonna have shelf going up all the way, and then three bottle per shelf. Let me
Wait a
step
minute.
back
No, no,
and show.
no. Hold up. Let's really look at that. Does this look like it can hold three bottles? I mean, maybe if they're very small bottles, but I mean, yeah, I don't see a whole lot of bottles on this and these wide diameters. I don't see a whole lot. Maybe two, possibly three, but not a whole lot. And you know how much how many shelves she's gonna have added for that to even mean something, lady.
A visual. So we're gonna have shelf going up all the way, and then three bottle per shelf. Let me step back, make sure
Yeah, it
you're
does.
seeing that. It's gonna be three
No,
bottle per shelf. So we're doing that on this side, and we're doing it also.
everything must be wine, Williams. Everything must be wine. Yeah, this is Trap City. Well, I think the concrete will be her bed.
So on that side. And I got more to show you guys. Hold on. Right here, the light. I bought a really nice light fixture. I'll share that. And then up here,
Share it with what? You said I bought a really nice light fixture. I'm going to share that. Share it with what? That doesn't make any sense.
I hope I'm getting it. This is where the climate control's gonna go, right up here.
Williams, you said it best. Umar's got the Bandito school. She's got the Bandito wine cellar. Facts. Facts. I know, and she says she's going to share it. Share it with what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand. What do you mean share it? How do you share a light bulb? Guys, really, tell me how that's supposed to work. How do I share a light bulb? That's the thing. Oh, you know what? Actually, this is my theory, Saint, and this is why I wanted to capture this. I think what she's going to do is she knows that this all needs a lot of work, and she will, and what she'll do is she'll start saying, guys, the winery's coming along really good, but if you can just give me a couple of dollars, if we can just raise a little bit of funds, this winery will be so great. I think that's the mindset. She knows it's going to be a lot of work, and she's going to hope that, and maybe, and here's another thought, maybe she's not saying donations outright because she already assumes people are going to see the work that needs to be done, and she's going to hope they're going to just want to do it for her. So that way she can kind of get this shield of, oh, I technically didn't tell anyone to donate, but in reality, that's what she wants. That's what I think is really going on. She needs a carb supporter habit, right?
The reason for that's to preserve the life of the wine in here. So framing is done. This is how it was. And they're going to do staining, flooring, and adding the shelf. And this, I don't know if I said this will be painted. So it'll be an earth tone brown, a stain, a reddish stain, and this is going to be painted.
But why, though? Why do you need the pipes painted? Why do you need the walls painted? What's that going to do? I mean, it's her house. She can paint it if she wants to, but why?
Like a burgundy red, this as well. Stuff like that. So I'm gonna, and then the door, again, while you're in here, you'll be able to see the bar.
Right. She got the pretty label hair going. Well, independent, her lifestyle, her camera quality, and her internet quality is all dated back in 1994. I know. This is what I'm saying. She's promoting this as if it's going to be something great, but this is not a winery. It's a cry for help.
And while you're in the bar, you'll be able to stand here. So I'm going to sit the phone back down and then just show you guys a couple of stuff. Okay. So, this is what I wanted to show you guys. I thought it was super cute. This will be the light fixture.
I thought she said she already had the light fixture. Now she's showing us. And she was going to share it. Now it's, oh, I just got it. I'm going to show you.
I selected that. I know this is like the raw finish, but wanted you guys to see it.
Why? And right, exactly. It's and if it's just going to be her, why do you even need a winery or a cellar for wine anyway? It's just herself, and it's not even a basement. It's not. The closest is like a closet. It's not even a basement. even bro Williams, I'm gonna tell you this. Even if she did all poured a lot of money in it, she can't because I mean the only thing she can get is I guess if she put a really lot of effort into it is like a sort of like um pseudo winery, I guess, where in the very technical levels it could be called it, but it's never going to be anything fancy like she's claiming because there's just simply not enough space. It's a closet, not a basement, nothing that's even practical. She doesn't. Yeah, it is because you got to think because she has all that winery and then those stairs which could make the wines fall off due to the vibrations. And then what do you think happens when water, aka wine, gets next to the electricity? And then she goes up and says, "You know what? I want a sip." Yeah, I wouldn't go in there if she actually got all the shelves and the bottles and everything like that. Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me check my email. Oh, so there's under the stair space is something storage useful tips on YouTube. Watch amazing space under stairs organized homers brilliant 5 stars. Okay, okay, we'll definitely take a look at that after this.
Before all the fancy schmancy. And this will be where I show you guys the light and stuff like that. That's that. And then all the I show you guys the doorknob already. And the wine, oh God. So I've been stocking up because I registered to 2 winery. So we're gonna have wine on the side, 3 bottles per shelf, and each of the stairways you're gonna have a bottle going that way. Okay, let me grab.
Wow, so she wants to have wine bottles on every step. Every single step there, she wants to put a shelf, and there will be a winery, and there'll be wine there. So imagine when someone tries going up and down those stairs and bouncing those wine bottles. Wow, this is a terrible setup.
The little the floor sample. Let me show you guys that. So I have that he left one here. This is called engineered wood. So it's going to be nice.
For recycling.
This is what they're going to put on the floor. So
hey, Jessica.
Throughout the house, I have hardwood floor. But let me see if you guys can see me. Okay. I was told they don't advise. It's not necessary. It's just a little wine cellar. But I'm excited. I can't wait. It's going to be really pretty once the floor's put in.
I get that there are people who actually like to do this stuff for a hobby and collect wine and what have you. And no, not saying anything negative to them, but it's just like, what are you glorifying? Oh, I have my own winery. Cool. I have my own wine cellar. Cool. I can drink. Okay. And drink. What does this have to do with the internet? What does this have to do with anything? Like ask yourself, why would the internet care? Like, even if she could do all this, like say she was actually able to make this winery, make it work, make it excellent, make it beautiful, why would anyone care? What would this do for anyone on the internet? What would we gain from that? What would that have to do with anything? Nothing. So she's trying to promote something that no one cares. Yeah, wine closet. Right. Yeah, it would be. You get more respect. Yeah, she's not even teaching. Exactly. So again, like, it's nothing that the internet would care about. Good. Good, MS Independent. Good. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see your first video drop. That's going to be great. And when you say SAT, are you talking about the SAT test for lawyers and stuff like that? Took 2 years to finish it. Don't let her do this. I know, right?
Once all the staining is done, and altogether it will be able to hold 250 bottles of wine, which is nice. So far, I don't have 200. So far, I have,
Wait a minute, go back.
which is nice. So far, 250 bottles. It will be able to hold 250 bottles of wine.
No, there is no fucking way. That closet is not going to fit 250 bottles of wine. There is no way. Absolutely not. 30, possibly 50 at most. 200? 250? Fuck no. There is no way. There is no way. Yeah, very overzealous with that estimate. And that's a good question. Like, why do you need so much wine? I could understand if she was like a collector of wine, and maybe because there's nothing wrong if you're a collector of wine, and I'm not necessarily saying there's anything wrong if you drink wine yourself as a hobby or anything like that. But I mean, god damn, if that's not a drinking, it could. That tiny space could hold over 250 bottles, Jay. Oh my. You got me with that one, Jay. Bro. Bro, you got me good with that one. That one was a good one. Even if it's a $9, that is 250. That is right. Right. Yeah, I don't understand with their. So you got me good with that one, Jay. That was a good setup, bro. I took you so seriously. You said that. This is why I love you guys on YouTube. You always keep me on my toes.
Which is nice. So far, I don't have 200. So far, I have like 80 bottles of wine, which is nice. So I'm sure by the time the year is almost over, I'll meet my goal. And also, starting next weekend, I'm doing a little summer camp for kids. Much is giving.
Oh, and look, she's going to start with her summer camp segment. This is what I really wanted to get into. No, Saint, she claimed that she has 200 and it's going to hold 250 bottles, is what she said. More pea jugs than wine. Hey, the wine she could afford is probably nothing more. It probably tastes like this anyway. Just saying. But let's get to this summer camp bit. This is the bit that I'm really interested in.
I'm doing a little summer camp for kids. Much is giving, and this is my way of giving back to the community. So the summer camp is free. Um, I selected 25 kids. We had 15 girls and 10 boys. And
You said, so let me get this straight. You're doing a winery, trying to make a winery out of a closet. And while you're in the process of doing that and collecting over 250 bottles of alcohol, you are trying to set a summer camp. And you now claim that you have over 25 participants. Okay. Where are they going to be camping out in? The front lawn? Like, where is this camp that they're going to be enjoying summer?
they're going to get a breakfast, they're going to get lunch, and they're going to get t-shirt. I have box here. Let me show you guys. So,
Bro, this does not make any sense. Even though she's saying the summer camp is free, where's the camp? Did she forget summer camp requires an actual campus? Wow. This independent 250 beers on the wall, 250's a beer. Shake one down, pass it around, 259 bottles of beer on the wall. I know she did. But that's crazy. That is crazy. why do they do that? I don't understand. I mean, yes, they're the most hated women on YouTube right now. Yes, all the comments are basically going to be negative, but that shit still gets you views. It still gets you seen. So, why do these scammers want to turn off their comments? That's crazy.
Show you one. So each of the girls, show it small, will get a gold T-shirt, and each of the boys.
Wait, hold up. Did you get my post that Nene is gonna come back with her story made too big channel? Made her no, I didn't see the post. I'll definitely go check it out.
Will get like a green T-shirt. I got different size, so I got the size according to each child. So altogether.
So she has enough money to build her own winery, and she's gonna give 25 kids a free camping experience with no camp. Okay. So she's going to build a winery out of a closet and have a summer camp where there's no camp. Okay.
Together we have 25 kids. And then I got these little cute little bracelets that says Lorient Vision.
Oh, okay. Let me check that out. What the heck just happened? Let me check that out. Miss Independent. Let me check that out real quick. Okay, let's check that out. Okay. Where is it? Okay, let's see. Where is it? I can't seem to find it. Hey, Miss Independent, could you drop the link again? Because I'm looking in the comment section. I don't see it. I don't see it, Miss Independent. Let me see real quick. Or you know what? Better yet, email it to me, Miss Independent. Let me know that you sent it in an email, and then I'll be able to see it. Sounds good. Sounds good.
In production, just some little trinket to give them. So they get a free T-shirt, a free bracelet, and on the T-shirt, my girl gonna have this printing stuff. She's gonna put Lorient Vision Production Summer Camp. I know it's a lot.
Oh, hold up,
guys. Hold up. If I should shorten it, call it Marianne Summer Camp. I don't know yet, but that saved me money. I purchased a T-shirt.
Hold up, everyone. We're having a little bit of a duplicate issue. Okay, hold up. Let me get it back. We had a little bit of a duplicate issue. All right, now we're back in business.
To give them. So they get a free T-shirt, a free bracelet, and on the T-shirt, my girl gonna have this printing stuff. She's gonna put Lorient Vision Production Summer Camp. I know it's a lot.
Lorient Vision Production Summer Camp? Why not just call it Summer Camp? And again, where's the camp? It's like these people take these names and they don't understand what they actually mean. She's invent the story. Right. And like, this is what I've said, guys. This is why I said she's trying to copy Umar. Because what did Umar do? Oh, we're going to have free lunches. We're going to have free this. We're going to do all these other things. And now, mind you, she's trying to distance herself by saying, oh, well, it's going to be free. You don't have to donate or whatever. She expects you to donate. She might not be saying it now. She might be saying, oh, it's free. her nonprofit is uploading, right? And it's free. She's not going to be demanding anything of us, but I guarantee you she will. She most certainly will.
I don't know if I should shorten it, call it Marianne Summer Camp. I don't know yet. But that saved me money. I purchased a t-shirt. I don't have to purchase.
Wow. Wow. That's an excellent point, Dr. Nene. Dr. Nene, what's up? That is an excellent point, bro. She's so behind her in taxes, but she's not going to pay what she owes in property taxes, but she's going to but she's going to pay for the winery. She's going to pay for a summer camp. Shaking my head, people, shaking my head.
Purchase, getting print on it. And at the end of camp, so I'm doing the camp for 2 weeks. At the end of camp, they each get a goodie bag to go. But the first day, each person get a t-shirt and each person get a bracelet. What else?
And she's talking about, oh, this is what they're going to get. They're going to get lunches, bracelets. They're going to get all these nice things. They're going to get golden T-shirts, and I believe it was bluish or greenish T-shirt, whatever the case it was. And they're going to get all of this, but there's no location for the summer camp. There's no proof that these kids are even registered. There's no evidence of any of this. She's just saying all this to sound good, and she's giving it, and like Umar, she's giving these superficial like looks as if she's making progress. She's like, oh look, I got the t-shirts ready. Oh look, I've got a title and all these other things, but lady, you're not showing us any proof. You're not we don't know for a fact that one, there's no evidence of any camp. Second, there's no proof that any parent registered with you. And considering the fact you're dealing with a winery, why do you want to talk about taking care of kids during summer? Oh, that's interesting. Well, at least do mind over chaos. Do not let them go into to Ann Lorient's summer camp, because they won't get a summer camp. They'll just be camping outside. Yeah, a real camp. Exactly. What she's doing right here is fake camp. She wants to, yeah, you see, this is what it looks like to me. We don't see no summer camp. So if she's doing it like this, her idea of, well, kids, you're just going to be camping outside while I sleep in my house in my nice warm bed. That's the type of setup that is. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I was a kid, I mean, I did go camping as a kid. I went out in the woods. I even went to a place called Camp Heap once. But, I've also had times where I was, at my folks' house, at my distant relatives, my uncles and aunts. And our idea was, quote unquote, camping was literally sleeping outside in, sleeping bags and stuff like that. And I guarantee you, that's exactly what she's talking about here. That's exactly my point. She's not showing us that she did it. She's claiming it's all going to be free, and we don't see no camp anywhere. And her only evidence that she's doing this camp is that she made all these camp T-shirts, and that's all she's showing us. She's not showing us no register forms. This is clearly her house, so if she's doing a summer camp at her house, them kids are sleeping out in the yard or the front lawn. That's the closest they're going to get to camping in this supposed camp. And mind you, if it is here, then that means they're also going to be around where alcohol is being produced, is being stored, which is not a good combination. Registration fees, yeah, and then even then, it's like what parent wants to, and this is why I really doubt that there was even any parents involved in this, and that the kids aren't even real. What parent is going to agree to this and say, oh yeah, definitely take care of my kids this summer in summer camp, and you don't even have no campgrounds? Let's just let a random lady who by the way is keeping alcohol in her house, the perfect site for our campground. She's got golden T-shirts. She's got okay, good. Thank you. I'll get in there. But as I'm saying, she's got golden T-shirts and wine, and it's like, oh yeah, that's perfect for a summer camp. Like, no, let me see this real quick. Okay, we're definitely gonna react to this after this video is independent. But yeah, I don't think I think this is an Umar Johnson copycat. I think what this is, it's an Umar Johnson copycat scam that Marianne is doing. That is what I'm going to call this. It's a Umar Johnson copycat scam.
What else did I fishing? So I'm excited about that. During the camp, I will be covering that for you guys. I think that'd be cute just to see, to show you guys the activities the kids will be doing, and to show you guys them in their t-shirt, and then to show.
You didn't show us any activities that they're going to supposedly do. You're just talking.
I have a friend which has like a catering thing, so that's who will be providing breakfast, and that's who will be providing the lunch for them. So the summer camp does have a purpose and a theme. It's gonna be.
What summer camp? You have no camp. You have a front lawn and possibly a backyard. That is it. That is not a summer camp. You don't get to just slap on some t-shirts and, oh, we're gonna make free lunches and that counts as a camp. Like, what kind of childhood did you have, Marianne, to make you think that counts as a camp? Like, don't get me wrong. If this was your kids and you were doing it for them and you were doing it because you couldn't afford to send them to real camp and you wanted to give them that camp-like experience, I could understand that. There's no shame in working within your budget. But here you are trying to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to get these random kids and they're going to be left with me this summer. And I'm going to have them do activities and we're going to give them shirts and all this stuff. And it's like, this is not a camp. And this serves absolutely no purpose. So I don't understand this. I know it's a scam, but even if this was legitimate, what kind of setup is this?
Teaching them one-on-one filmmaking. So I'm gonna give them hands-on on camera. We're gonna teach them.
No, she's not even. It's not even a basement. No, this is just a. I don't think this is a basement. I think this is just a closet in her house. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Camp Wino. How to drink under the stairs 101. Miss Independent. Oh boy.
Basic of film, just to spark that interest of filmmaking into them, and collectively we're gonna write a little script together and we're gonna shoot a little movie. And at the end of camp, for closing, we're gonna invite parents and friends to come and see the finished product.
Parent and friend, not friends and parents. Parent and friend. And what do you mean we're gonna shoot a little movie? Like, dude, your movies are based on your iPhone. It'll be an iPhone movie. It will not. And then you're gonna claim credit and say, "Well, I was the director." The children might have collectively written it and may have came up with the characters and everything like that, but I directed it, and she would use it to. And she would use it for her own ends. This is sad. So what I'm hearing is not only is she making up this bullshit about a camp that doesn't exist, she's bullshitting about a wine cellar that's really just going to be a wine closet at best. And now she's going to and now she's claiming that, towards the end of this non-real camp imaginary adventure, the kids are all going to be The kids are all going to be um, placed, are all going to be doing a film for her, and then she's going to invite all their friends and family to her house, which she's going to call Camp Marianne Productions, and she's going to claim, oh my God, she's going to claim credit for being the one to give them poor editing skills, like Dr. Nene says. Yeah, she's going to say the after school program is her house, and she's going to have the kids there. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what this is.
So I'm gonna have them in their little fancy outfit. We're gonna create a premiere for them so they can get the entire experience of filmmaking, the process of writing it, the process of pre-production, the process of getting into production.
I'm not going to lie, Miss Independent. Editing, I mean, editing is it can be very difficult, but so worth it in the end. So just keep hacking at it. I think you have the good work ethic to do very well when it comes to your editing. And over time, you'll develop tricks, and the editing will get easier. So I know that I know. Trust me, I know editing, especially at a new, is hell. But trust me, you're gonna be I'll say you won't even just be decent. You'll be excellent at it in no time. Trust me, you just have to develop patience. You'll pick up a little tricks here and there. You'll start developing theories in your head, and then you'll figure out your rhythm. So you're definitely going to be more than decent. You know.
The process of selecting, just everything, and then the process of editing, and then to show them the finished product, and then they're gonna select who their audience. They're gonna invite their family, their friend, and I think they're really gonna enjoy it. And then during the
And then you will claim all the credit for it.
premiere for camp, that's when each of them are going to be presented with their little goodie goodbye. This is the first time I'm doing a film summer camp.
Barry's the reason why it's always about the children is because if it's because nothing, and I hate to say this, but nothing pulls at people's heartstrings to donate more than kids. And it's fucked up to say that, but it's true. I mean, how many of us can remember the times when we were children, and we were watching, on live cable back when cable used to be a thing, and when cable used to be a thing, and they would literally show starving children in Africa and say, "Come and donate us. Every penny you give saves a starving child from Africa." And millions of people donated, and yet it didn't actually improve the children's lives over there. And the reason why was because these organizations were essentially profiting off of your donations. And even though they would technically fulfill their obligations to send stuff over to them, the corrupt officials of those countries would just keep it for themselves. Meanwhile, the guys who were getting people to donate didn't give a damn what the people did with the supplies that they took. They only cared that they were getting donations. It's very sad, but I got to tell you guys, a lot of donations, even if they're not necessarily scams and that they're not lying to you or they're not, refusing to do what they need to do, a lot of the corruption about it is many of the people in charge of these donations wind up making maximum profit out of it, regardless of how well it does. So I'm still with antenna, can't afford cable yet. Oh man, that sucks. I use AT&T Air myself. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, unfortunately, that's the reality of most donations. Even when you donate with the best of intentions, and even in the best of cases, it just doesn't have the positive effect that they tell you it will have if you donate. It don't matter how much you can give them. You could donate millions to them, and they're mostly just going to profit for themselves, and the situation won't change. It's sad, but it's true.
Never done that. The charity work that I've done is every year I give out coat to the children, and I do a back to school supply, and then I do a toy giveaway during the holiday.
We have neither seen you do that, nor do we care if you do that.
And this year, for the first time for Kwanzaa, I did a Kwanzaa giveaway as well. I'm sorry, second year that I've done a Kwanzaa giveaway.
See, the lie didn't seem so good, so she thought about it for a minute and said, "Sorry, that lie was about C ranked quality. I have to give you B rank or higher, otherwise you don't care what I'm saying."
So the camp thing is a new addition. So we're gonna see how that goes. I think it's gonna go well.
Dr. Nene, she was claiming that she was giving don't she gives toys and stuff and coats to children and also back to school supplies, and then she said that during Kwanzaa, which I guess is a holiday, she did something, and then she thought about it for a minute and said, "No, I'm sorry. This is the second year of Kwanzaa that I've done something, I guess, give away to charity for children." I think her argument is. So that's what she's saying. I think what it is she was saying whatever she could to make her sound so generous, and then when she felt like the lie wasn't good enough, she doubled back and said, "No, no, 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 I didn't tell the lie good enough. It's the second year of Kwanzaa." And please hit like if you guys want to.
I got 25 of them to register. I think everybody will show up. I got all their little T-shirt for them. She's doing the printing tomorrow. Got their little bracelet, and even though she's providing the food, I created the meal. We do want to
The pettiness of that. Oh, even though she's creating the food, I provided the meal or something like that. It's like pettiness. Everything has to be credited to Marianne, and that's the mindset of a cult leader. Yeah, and here's the thing. That's the mindset of a cult leader. Everything has to be related to me. Even when other people are doing work for me, they're only doing it because I allowed it or I organized it or my influence somehow is causing it all to happen. So even when she gives credit to all these supposed different people, she has to be the main contributor no matter what. And that's how that's how one of the ways you can identify this as a cult. Overemphasis on it's all because of me.
give something nutritional. And another thing is during the summer, inner city kids, not going to school where they're normally receiving a free lunch or they're normally receiving a lunch. So that'd be nice to provide free lunch and free breakfast. So I'm excited about that. They're really adorable. I met all of them during the registration process.
If there was a registration process, how come you're not showing us any of the registration forms? Like why are we all just hearing word of mouth? Word of mouth means nothing, Marianne. If you want us to believe that there are actually parents willing to sign up their children to a make believe camp that don't exist, that for a woman who's clearly has an obsession with alcohol, we're going to need a little bit more than your words.
The form their parent had to fill. So 25 adorable, 10 boys, 15 girls. So I'm excited about that.
I love that. The hustle is strong, the work ethic is not. That should be a quote for 2026. That's the best quote. The hustle is strong and the work ethic, and the work ethic is not. And yeah, it does, because nobody who has a legitimate job has the time to build wine cellars, has the time to do summer camps. They're busting their asses trying to make an honest living. But people like Marianne, Umar Johnson, Lene Stacks, they don't want to live decent lives. They do everything they can to live off the internet. The internet is their home. They've got no life outside of the internet. If Marianne hadn't come with her bullshit of, oh, Umar Johnson stole my film, or however she pronounced her sob story when she first came, nobody would give a fuck about her. And then when she realized her only pivot was with what she was claiming to be a victim of Umar Johnson, she was doing everything she could to try and get and to stay relevant, because before she was just a failed nurse. Before she was a nobody director and nobody saw her fucking films. And now, as you're saying, Miss Independent, it's desperate. She's desperate to stay on the internet because she's got nothing else going for her outside the internet. That's what's really sad. And what makes me even more disgusted by it, I could understand if that was the mindset of an 18-year-old. I could understand if it was a mindset of somebody in their 20s, 30s, what have you. But this is a nearing. I think she's well into her 50s. I think she's got to be in her 50s at least. And so she's had a life. She's had kids. She's she needs that paper. She's had kids. Her kids are nearly fully grown. She's had a life, and a nurse's aide maybe. Yeah, she's about 54. So it's like, oh, she's 55. Well, see, this is what I'm saying. You know, this is what I'm saying. Like, you shouldn't be acting this way at this age. At this age, you should be, just getting off a long term career. At this age, you should be thinking about your grandkids. At this age, you should be thinking about, vacationing or, doing something productive with your life still. This is nothing. Oh, okay. She didn't have. Well, yeah, I kind of figured she doesn't have a whole lot of education. Like, you just listen to her, and the ignorance just spews out the mouth. But yeah, it's like, this is, what, this is a prime example of what hustling culture ultimately does. When you don't focus on your education, you don't focus on improving yourself, you don't focus on nothing but literally getting that side money, getting that attention. That's all your life is centered on. This is what you become. You don't become successful, you don't become someone anybody respects, you just become a hustler. And your life is always this unstable and sad. Because no one should be like this at this age. This is Mr. Judge, and I'm judging her as having failed at life. Yeah. Learned helplessness and gimme, gimme, gimme. Yep, exactly. Sad, people. Sad.
And once the winery is done, the wine cellar, I keep calling it winery, my apology. Once the wine cellar is done, I will show you guys the finished product. It's bare now. I will show you guys the finished product, and then I will host a winery test. So I'll show.
Wait a minute. Now listen to that. A winery test. So she's going to, not only is she building winery where she's also going to be camping with children, but she's also in that same time going to host a drinking contest, a wine tasting contest around children. Lady, why would you say this to the internet? Why? Why, Marianne? Just why? I know I'm asking for the moon with these people, but please, Lene, Marianne, Umar Johnson, please, for once, think about what the fuck you are saying. For once. She is super drunk. I think she's drinking in between takes. I mean, this is stupidity. She's drunk on stupidity, at least. Oh, Rosetta, listen to this. Listen to this. Child Protective Services, exactly. Rosetta, listen to this. She just went on a whole spiel about the whole, summer camp thing and what have you. Now she's back to talking about her winery and saying that when her winery is built, she's gonna make have a wine testing contest. Mind you, this is presumably the same place she's gonna have her summer camp. So not only is alcohol gonna be around these kids, but also she's gonna be hosting, while these kids are at her summer camp, a wine tasting test. That's what she literally said. Yeah, this is very much child endangerment.
the the bar area. This whole section is the bar area. I have a bar here, and I have like how do you call that? The tall table with chairs, and so which is nice. So I'll show you guys. I'll kind of um,
Yeah, Berries. I think she does have kids, but from what I've been told, there one is full grown, the other one is almost fully grown. It's probably a vacation Bible mini camp for church. I don't know if she's drunk or not, but I don't know where the dog is. As they should, Ms. Independent, as they should.
I'll do a coverage of the wine party. I miss you guys. I know.
Oh, now no no now it's a wine party. First it was just going to be a taste testing competition. Now it's going to be a whole wine party. So now on top of endangering kids with wine potential electrical wiring issues because you're mixing wine and electricity together, you're now going to subject the kids to a bunch of adults that are going to be drinking wine and the kids are going to be there. What the hell? There that is no. No. She cannot keep her thoughts together. No, this is I know you guys can't see my face, but this is so this is oh my god. I would do a poll, but I don't know how to do a poll, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would. But you know what? We can do a makeshift poll. Put a one in the chat if you think that she really thinks what she's saying is real. Put a one in the chat if you think she really believes her own BS. I wouldn't either. Your dog will be drunk. Put a one in the chat if you think she's 700. Yeah, that's what I think. She literally believes the things that she's saying. This is insane.
Oh, I haven't dropped anything. I did an interview with a former boxer. Guys, check it out, Mr. Boone, Darnell Boone. It was really nice.
It was boring as shit. What do you mean it was nice? It was boring as shit. Nobody enjoyed watching it.
He retired this past May. He retired this past May. He had a very fascinating boxing career. He introduced me to a few people. So there's one more boxer I'm trying to get an interview for. I think that'd be kind of cool for you guys to enjoy.
Not gonna lie, I wanted to fall asleep too. I stopped. I don't know if you guys could tell, but when we did that live stream, I literally wasn't even paying attention to what she was saying anymore after a while because that dude was putting me to sleep with all his, oh yeah, I did this, I did that, I did that, boring as shit I ever heard. No one cared.
And what else? I had something else. Yes. So I miss you guys. The reason I've been like kind of absent, I think it's been 30 days prior to dropping his video. Been really busy with post production, trying to get content creator on the floor. And then right after content creator, I'm diving in again into film number 2. So
no bullshit. The reason why you left was because well, I mean, it might be her job, but she sucks at it because for a long time she wouldn't let nobody comment. And then she actually lost. She was like producing videos and the videos were causing her to lose subs, Jay. That's the craziest part of it all is like when she dropped a few of her videos, she actually lost subs. And I think the reason she's putting up comment sections now is because she's tired of losing all her subs. Yeah, she did. And you know why? And you guys want to know why she truly left? The real reason she left was because what had happened is she literally made a video accusing a guy of stealing her content just because he was reacting to her stuff. The same shit, by the way, she tried to get my stuff taken down, which, as a coward, I counterfiled and she never replied back to the counterfile, so my shit got restored. And she did that with Lady Luck's channel too. What she did is she tried to do that same argument to a guy using her fucking her freaking dialed up internet style of videotaping. And after she did that video, she stopped doing shit for a month because everybody mocked her for not understanding how copyright really works. And that's why she left for a month. Yeah, that was the one. It was Working Man. She literally lied. She lied about Debbie. She lied about the Working Man's podcast. And when nobody sided with her on that, she was like, fuck it, I'm out. And then she quit for a while. But she wants to make you believe the reason why she dropped was because, including you, yes, you did very good with your puppets. And then she basically was like, fuck it, nobody supported me, everybody mocked me, this made my situation even worse, and so she dropped out. And so now she's trying to do a second comeback by making up all this bullshit about winery, summer camps, and all this other shit. And I think she's taking a page out of Umar's book and trying to copy his, style. It's like, well, nobody liked me. Nobody against Umar likes me anymore. So I might as well copy Umar's style and try to maintain my cult. You know, that's what she's trying. That's what she's trying to do. Yeah, she didn't care about. She didn't care about nothing. She just wanted the D.
So I have two lovely feature film that I'll be dropping for the year 2026. What I'm trying to do, instead of dropping a movie every 2 years, I'm focused on trying to do two film per year. So this is going to be the first time that I'm completing two film and dropping two film.
And they're gonna be one star, just like all your other fucking films, because all you do is slap them. All you ever do on your films is put a non-consistent plot, low budget as hell, can't afford any graphics whatsoever, and then you basically film it on your iPhone. That's all you do.
So it's a little hectic. And after that, I want to keep that momentum going. Like every year, drop two. And if I don't do two, at
I bet
least
she is.
just for 5 years straight, I want to keep something coming out, not to lag too much in between.
So now she has a 5-year plan. I thought what happened? Well, wait a minute. So you don't show up for 30 days after we roast the fuck out of you for lying about copyright claims. Then you come back on the internet with a boring ass boxer video, and now you're telling us about how you're going to have a winery, also a summer camp, endangering these kids. And now you're telling us that you're going to be dropping two iPhone one-star style movies a year, and you plan to do that for 5 years, as opposed to just one-star iPhone video. Okay.
And stuff like that. And I'm working on a little
Hey, them folks.
series, reality series. So we're ironing out the detail. It's not quite done yet, but I think you guys would enjoy it. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. And what else? There's something else I wanted to share with you guys. Yes, the poster is completed. So next week, Friday, on my page, I will post the poster, but I'll also do a video of the poster being framed and explaining the process of the poster. I think A lot of people find that.
You think we need to be? You think we're so dumb that we need to be explained how you make a poster? Lady, I can generate a poster through AI and have it printed out. It's not a complicated process. She she literally just said, I want to do a thing, a whole she's saying she wants to do a whole video explaining to you how to make a poster. Next thing you know, she's going to tell you, I want to do a video on how you can fax glitter. I can't with you, Mary. I can't. You treat people so badly, and you barely pronounce the English language, and yet you try to act like we're dumb. You treat us like fools. You treat your audience like they're like they don't understand a damn thing, and yet you can't speak proper English. How how the hell does that work? How the fuck do I get insulted by someone who can't even speak my language properly? How the fuck does that work? How am I supposed to be, on the receiving end of getting roasted by somebody who don't even know how to use the word S? Films, lit woman, films. Exactly. Exactly. Drunken Chronicles.
To be very interesting. So I'm excited. I said I gotta get a video in tonight because they're coming.
Oh yeah, she's giggling, she's laughing, she's repeating her words. I'm so excited. Keep slapping her hand. Yeah, you drunk as shit.
To start on the winery, and it's gonna go really fast. I wanted to show you guys the raw footage, the way it looks. Raw.
Yeah, exactly. This understands. She just opened the closet door and started filming. Yeah, because she's gonna make all that shit a winery, according to her. And Jane Berries. I don't know if you were here. I don't know if you heard this, but literally at the beginning, she said all those stairs that you see, the cases right there, she's gonna put wine on top of those staircases on the bottom right there. So imagine how badly that would look. They put all the shelves, all those wine bottles right up there, and she goes stomp, 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 and boom, all those wine bottles will go crashing. That and she's got 250 bottles worth, according to her claim. That's too much.
Before the cosmetic took place. So one more time. This is it. You get in here. This is it. I'm gonna have two nice crate. Oh, I'll show the crate. I forgot to show the crate. And then
Bro, she did this in the beginning. Now she's repeating herself. Oh, you're drunk as hell. You don't even remember what you just showed us. Now I get it. It wasn't obvious to me from the beginning. It wasn't obvious to me from the beginning, but I get it now. She's so drunk that she forgot that she already did this in the intro, so she's like, I gotta do this again.
he did one shelf. That's to give me an example. So I'll have 3 bottles here, and it goes.
Oh my God! You don't even remember what you're doing in your videos. That's the antithesis of that. That is the literal representation of drunkenness. You're repeating what you did at the beginning.
So each section, that's going to be the repeating pattern. Same here. Each section, that's going to be the repeating pattern. And then the wine will go across like that with these beautiful hooks. So I'm very excited about it. Let me show you.
Oh my God, how drunk do you have to be that you're going to repeat your same story of the wine of what you're going to be doing in the beginning? I've never seen anybody do that before. You can't be sober and do that. You can't forget what you just said. Like, it was barely 17 minutes ago.
You guys, for the overspill, the crate. That's going to be fun. Let me show you.
Yes, those are her stairs.
I'm grabbing it. Hold on. And then from where I order my wine. I got a lot of little cute, little, stuff for the bar area and for in here. So this is going to be for the spillover extra wine bottle, which will go. I'm going to place one in here. I have two of them.
You can barely fit that in there.
Okay. I had girls' night out tonight, so.
Ah, that's how we know you're drunk. You had a girls' night out. A good question. Let me check, actually. That's a good question. That got over 205 views in 2 days. Yeah, I'm convinced now. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that she's drunk. Yeah, pretty much. And she's claiming that same closet is going to be a winery.
With the ladies. Okay. And this is.
Really? Really? You're that so there's going to be two of them in there? And that's for the leftovers?
This is where it's going to be. I'm going to have one here, and I'm going to have another on the other side.
Yeah, she said she had 250, but listen to her words. She literally told us that she had a night out, a girl's night out. Now, we understand, regardless of if you're a man or woman, if a woman tells you that, that meant they got drunk. That's what that means.
So that'll be with the finished floor with the engineered wood, 2 crate on each end, and then you're going to have shelf in between, and then each of the stairs going all the way up, you'll get a wine. The only one that won't hold a wine, he said, is optional, is the last staircase. So he's like, when we're done, since you already bought the 2 crate, we could opt to put, or we could opt not to. And I think I'm not to, because I don't want every time I want to get a wine, I'm moving the crate. So that's over. I'm gonna set this here. Sorry. I make you guys feel drunk. So I'm really excited. I showed the door now.
Okay, for anybody just coming in, understand that if a woman, if somebody just starts unnecessarily giggling like that over every tiny little thing, that's what alcohol does to some people. Some people are happy drunks. They get really happy and they start saying shit and being giggling and forgetting things and saying all types of nonsense. This is what drunk gets you.
I can't remember. I know I talked about the door, but this is the doorknob that will go with the door. The door will have glass, so you'll be able to see right through. When you're in the bar,
But lady, you live alone with your kids. Who's gonna be looking at those wine other than you?
You can see right through. And when you're in there, you can see right through. And it will have climate control, which will keep it at a cool temperature year-round, summertime, wintertime. Even though during the winter, the garage is the coolest place in the house. It's really nice down here during
Oh, so it is her garage, I guess. I guess it is.
The winter month. And in summertime, this is also the coolest place in the house. It's not as cool as during the winter, but it's always very comfortable down here. So he said,
okay, so this is in fact her garage. And she's going to be having her winery in a closet of the garage. Okay.
he will set the setting and just leave it on. It just go year round. And also, I purchased a cooler. I didn't have one for the bar area.
Hey, not only Garage Wino Chronicles, also remember the summer camp is going to be the garage, too. So don't forget Garage Summer Camp.
I just didn't have one. He suggested, he's like, oh, you have a really nice bar. How come?
No, apparently it's her garage. Apparently,
You don't have a wine cooler. So I had the space for it. So it's like not tall, just a short little wine cooler. It's very stylish for over there. So, and I'm excited. I can't wait for the finished product to show you guys. And
pretty much. I mean, even if they got to go in her house, they wouldn't see a winery or even know that she was her quote unquote winery would be there. They'd only be able to know if she said, "Hey, do you want to go into my garage?" That's about it. So it's not like she's saying I'm going to be building a wine case on display for anybody who enters my house to see, which would make a lot more sense. She's saying, no, I'm going to have the winery in the basement. And everybody, I'm not sorry, not basement, garage. And in the garage, everybody's going to, that's a good question, actually. Everybody's going to basically have to go to my garage in order to see my winery. She's gonna have a garage winery party, and that's a good question. There, that's a good question. Where would the bathrooms be? Because you can't have them pissing outside. So where the heck are the kids going to be able to go to the bathroom? This is why I said this is not a summer camp like place. So this is just wow.
I can't wait till I have the wine party. I also bought some invitation. Did I leave them on here? I can show you guys the invitation. Hold on, let me see if I left the invitation out here. No, I didn't. They're upstairs.
Oh, amazing. So you don't have amazingly you don't have the paperwork to show us that these invitations are real because mind you, I think she's talking all out of her ass. I don't think there is any true effort to get a summer camp. I think what she did is she had a lot of these, T-shirts made. She had a lot of these T-shirts made, and she essentially built all those T-shirts to show you guys so that she could say, "See, we're gonna have a summer camp. There's the T-shirts. There's going to be these little Lunchables. I've got all these other people helping me." It's all to create an illusion of there going to be a summer camp, so that everybody wants to help out. And she's saying it's free right now, but I'm almost certain she's going to go along the lines and say, "Hey, family, I need a little bit of cash to get this going or something." Nope, I don't think she has a business license or nothing for daycare, nothing. And she's damn sure. I don't know where she lives to know precisely the law that's there, but I'm almost certain that if you're going to do a legit summer camp, don't you need licensing for that? Yeah, it's an illusion of progress, just like Umar Johnson. That's what I think this is. It's all an illusion of progress, like Umar Johnson did. Oh, Ohio. Okay. Let me look real quick. Does Ohio need let me look this up real quick to ask. Does Ohio need require licenses to have a summer camp? Okay, so apparently Ohio does not license traditional summer camp day camps in the same way it licenses standard child daycare, but annual regulation is legally required for most day camps. So this is how it is. If the program is only for school-age kids operating less than 12 hours a day and runs during school breaks, it's classified as a child day camp. That's required under Section 50121 of the Ohio Revised Code. You must register your camp annually with the Ohio Children of Youth, DCY, yada, 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 how to file. Now, if it's overnight resident camps, camps, lodging, and overnight stays, the rules change completely. Permit required. Ohio classifies these residential camps. You must contact your local county or city health department to obtain a formal permit and health inspector, et cetera, et cetera. So, from what I've just read, if I have my understanding correctly, for her to do this, she would need to have a um, she would have to get a she would have to register her camp annually with the Ohio Department of Children Youth (DYCA), unless unless it was ran by, like, for example, a government entities, specific religiously or charity groups that would be exempted, um, and etc. So she would have to get a permit if it's considered a child day camp, and if it's an overnight one, then she's required to get obtain a formal permit to operate. So either way, she'd need a permit. Yeah, she would need a permit to do this, and she does not. I'm almost certain she doesn't have a permit. So yeah, I just checked that out, guys. From what I just quickly read, no, she would need a permit either way, and she don't got no permit.
I'm not gonna run all the way up there, but yes, I bought some really cool invitation for my wine testing party. So
Well, that's the thing. Even if it was for the child day camp, which is if the children are less is it's if it's less 12 hours a day and runs only during school breaks, it's classified as a child day camp. You still need to register with the camp annually with the DMCA. So she would have to register with the DCY in order for that to work. So even if she wanted to do that, she'd still have to register.
probably when I shoot the party, I'll show the invitation. And I tell you guys about the summer camp, which I'm excited about that. It's for 2 weeks. 25 kids, 15 girls and 10 boys. I hope they enjoy it. I'm gonna make it as fun and as enjoyable
What the hell is that noise?
as possible for them.
Oh, it's her AC. I think she accidentally flipped on her AC.
I care so much about our youth. They are our future, and I feel
Exactly, and not only that, Barry's not only with that is because that's an excellent point you just made, but you would also they would also there's she's recording herself now with evidence showing that there's going to be wine near this supposed camp she'd have to register for, and she's not going to get a pass when they know that she's got alcohol on the property. There's no way.
as adult, even if you don't want to do a summer camp, but mentoring to a child, pouring into a child, just doing something.
Pouring into a child. Okay, I know that she probably did not. I know she probably didn't mean it in the way that that sounds, but those are very poor choice of words. She literally said mentoring into a child, then said pouring into a child, which is that's beyond poor choice of words right there. Like, I get it. She's not educated. I get it. She probably meant something else when she said that, but still, goddamn, mentor. You should have just kept it at mentoring and stopped there. You didn't have to. I don't even. I don't even want to continue. That was just horrible, horrible choice of words. Exactly.
To impact their life. I think that's very, very important. And if you don't want to do it to other people's children, if you have nieces, or in your neighborhood, close friends' children, to set up a very nice program for them, even if it's a day.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point, Ms. Independent. Why did she hit on the AC if it's cool in there? And you can kind of look at her and you can see she's sweating. See the light shining off her face? She was sweating. You can see the light. It's just shining off of her. That only happens when you sweat.
Thing, or take them on a
Very
field
wrong
trip to
choice
an
of
amusement
words. Very, very, very wrong choice of words, Williams. Like, goddamn.
park. I think that will that would be a wonderful thing because children are impressionable, and when you do something to touch their life, you'll be surprised how far that can go, and you'll be surprised how you can make a difference into a child's life. So that's my summer.
This is getting creepy now. This is getting creepy now. The more she keeps talking about children, the more creepy it's becoming.
And also in July, I'm doing the show and tell tour, so that's further down. We're booked for July. I wanted to push it.
She literally said she only had 20. She literally said she only had 25 participants. Very genetic. Look, it's getting. She only has 25 participants, and now she's saying we're booked for July. Well, what type of summer camp only has 25 participants? Shit, when I was in camp almost over 20 years ago, when I was like in the 6th grade, I want to say 6th or 5th grade, when they were well, maybe it wasn't. Well, it's getting on to almost 20 years ago. But my point is that they back then when I was a child and I was told to we were going to Camp Keep, which they only let us stay for 3 days. There were still hundreds of people there, and it was a low grade camp. I mean, it was not anything particular or special or great. It was low case, and honestly, they were very hostile towards us about it, saying you're lucky you got to do it at all because we were going to scrap it, whatever. But the point is that they even in a camp as low grade as that still had hundreds of people. You have no camp, and you're talking about, oh, I'm already booked. I'm already booked this July. You have supposedly only 25 people attending. This is you either want to be time drunk or a camp counselor. You can't be both, ma'am. Exactly.
For the first week of August, but I have time to talk about that, and I will definitely bring that to you guys. I miss you guys. So I'm gonna try to
I don't understand when she says I miss you guys. Is she talking about the thousands of people who left her because of her bullshit? And she still surprisingly has people commenting and wishing her the best, as I've seen in her channel. So I mean, who is she saying when she says she misses? Yeah, she really should. She really should.
shot some more videos. Like I said, I have another boxer that I'm interviewing, and then I'm gonna be hopping little fun spot for the summer where to eat within the greater Northeast Ohio. So if anyone planning to visit Ohio, hopefully those videos will be useful.
I know.
Like if you're in.
I know delusion is the most powerful drugs, and she does need to go to AA. Like the alcohol needs to stop. It's destroying her.
Town, check out a good little hideaway for the summer. So I'm excited. I hope you all kicked your summer off to a great start. I have a lot planned for you guys. I can't wait. Thank you for being patient, waiting for me to drop it.
Oh my God, the alcohol is laughing at her. The alcohol in her bloodstream is making fun of her now.
Video. Until next time, Marianne. Bye-bye.
Okay, so let's change our focuses. Instead of that one, let's now focus on the one Miss Independent sent us, because that one's with Umar Johnson. But oh my God, she's just embarrassing herself. Blame it on the alcohol. Yeah, the alcohol is the victim in this. Oh boy. Now let's react to Umar Johnson right here. What is this titled? Doctor is trying to hide this about Shannon Sharp's cheeks. Okay.
Shay's business. I'm not going to get into Uncle Shay's business. I'm going to tell you this though. I don't support Zesty Nation.
By now, many of you guys.
You don't support Zesty Nation. You're always talking about something zesty. What are you talking about? You're always saying zesty this, zesty that.
guys may have heard about the situation with Shannon Sharp. Allegedly, there is a young man by the name of Royce Styles on Instagram. And this young man was being accused by his girlfriend, and that he and Shannon Sharp's ex-stylist, the Hollywood Muggler, were in some sort of relationship three-way in Las Vegas. Okay. Now, this was reported by Tasha K. I reported on it on my main channel about a day or two ago. And guess who is reporting on it also? Now, Dr. Umar Johnson is talking about this level of gossip, which is not really typical of him. But if Dr. Umar Johnson does stuff like this, typically it's to bring out a larger point, all right? Because he typically doesn't waste his time on something that doesn't benefit him. Dr. Umar Johnson is a complete hedonist, all right? But then we would find out more.
I don't support Zesty Nation. I don't support the Zest Fest in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but I love all African people, straight.
Oh yeah, you love African people provided that they're not gay, provided that they they don't marry into other races, provided that they don't wear wigs, provided that they don't ask you for child support, provided that they date you in pairs. Oh yeah, you just love them. You just love them. Clown.
Or not. I don't support the lifestyle. I will never support the lifestyle, but I love all African people, straight or not.
Exactly.
Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't agree with.
Exactly. That's Umar Johnson hypocrisy right then and there. That is the shirt that Rim said looked like he had contained boobs.
Quote unquote Zesty Nation. And that is typical of most hardcore pro-blacks. All right. That's kind of how it works here. So really, he doesn't need to be speaking about this because it's something like in the pro-black community, the hardcore communities is completely prohibited and is never really brought up because that's just typically what doesn't happen. But he brought up the fact that the Mr. Hollywood Muggler, which he had the wrong person. It was actually the girlfriend. But he thinks that the lover, alleged lover, is exposing Shannon Sharp's messages. And he's being critical of Mr. Hollywood Muggler because he's showing messages about Shannon Sharp and he shouldn't. But he would go on to say this.
If his ex-stylist, allegedly, if Uncle Shay Shay's ex-stylist, allegedly, exposed his text messages, allegedly, videos, or any type of down low homo activity, he was wrong for that. Gay or
What? Like, dude, you're the one who's been crusading, saying, attacking homosexual people. And here you are defending someone who's being exposed for being homosexual. Wow. Wow. The hypocrisy. The hypocrisy right here. He's so let me get this straight. He's been saying to us for years that homosexuality is a disease, that homosexuality is something that was implanted to destroy the black community, that he can't stand them. And yet here he is going to say it was wrong for somebody who was famous to get exposed for being homosexual and being private about it. And here he is defending that very same type of homosexuality he claims is trying to destroy black people. Wow. No, this is beyond just contradicting Rosetta. This is hypocrisy incarnate. This depth of hypocrisy is just unbelievable. Yeah, talks about anything other than working. Anything. Which goes on to show it's not that he truly hates homosexual people. He just noticed that there's a lot of hatred towards them. So it was very easy to get to play on the prejudice of homosexuality so that he could gain a following of the public image. It's not that he truly hates homosexuality. It was just an easy target for him. But now But now, because it's not convenient to target the homosexuality and more convenient for him to try and defend it, he's now switching sides and defending somebody's homosexuality and saying it's wrong for someone to expose what he was previously condemning. So he's a hypocritical opportunist. Once Asha talking him always butts into the conversation. Yeah, he does. Always. Rosetta, he's unhireable. Let me tell you something, guys. He is completely unhireable. At this stage in the game, no one would hire him. Like this is how far Umar Johnson has fucked up his own potential career. He lost his previous jobs as a counselor. I don't believe for a second that he was ever the president. I mean, not president, sorry, principal of a school. I understand that he had the background to where he could have been applicable to that job, but we've never seen any evidence that he actually took those jobs despite having the academic background for it. And then he spent getting almost 20 years now cursing people out, being highly discriminatory, getting kicked off campuses, because he would, and shows being canceled because his rhetoric was so hateful. And now he spent this entire decade and getting into his 60s, and he hasn't worked, hasn't had a steady home, hasn't gotten anything. So now he literally has no other income other than these scammings. And if he loses his scammings, there is no other place for him. If he couldn't get hired at frickin' Walmart or McDonald's, because here's what would happen. Even ignoring the fact everybody knows who the fuck he is, even if he didn't, everyone would look at it and they would say, "Oh my God, McDonald's is willing to hire a racist, a hating homosexual, a homophobic, racist Pan-African prince, and they're going to let him serve us hamburgers." And no one, and the business would just die. Nobody is going to hire this man ever. So he's literally trapped himself in his own little financial scamming bubble, because as Dr. Nene says, his scamming is his career. Once you've made scamming your career and you've made yourself this known to the internet, you ain't getting no job. No job. There's no one who will hire you. Absolutely no one. Yeah, he works hard not to work. He's made it impossible for him to work now. And he's not going to collect retirement or SS or Social Security either, because he's devoted so much time into not working.
Or straight, you have no business exposing anybody's personal sexual business. I think that was wrong.
So he continues. He doesn't know what his sexuality is, and it's not any of his business. Well, by that logic, if it's not any of your business, why are you talking about it? Furthermore, let's look at his argument. If Shannon Sharpe says that he's a heterosexual man, and there is information out there that proves or shows that he is not heterosexual, then wouldn't you want that information to come out? Now, I know that Shannon Sharpe typically doesn't deal with Black women, but let's assume that he did. Wouldn't you want women to understand what kind of man Shannon Sharpe was? I mean, since you don't agree with Zesty Nation, but let's say all of this stuff is true. Shannon Sharpe is really participating in all of these male-on-male sexual activities. Well, then what's the real reason that Dr. Umar Johnson is talking about it?
Because he's an opportunist who will literally do anything and everything he can to be staying relevant. If everybody he hates homosexuality because there's a specific group of people who hate homosexuals and will give him money to say rhetoric against them. And he's a clout chaser. Exactly. Hey, it was great having you here, man. It was great having you here, Berries. You take care. I definitely want to see you on another live stream when you want to stop by. Thank you so much for the comments. Thank you so much for your time. You're always welcome here. Free 99. Yep, because Exactly, because hitting the like button, I'm never going to ask a penny for nothing from nobody. I'm not here for money. And I'm not here to be famous either. I am John Q. Public.
Information, again, did not come out of um, a scorned woman, a jealous, hurtful, malicious. No, that's not what happened at all. What happened was exactly what I told you happened. I saw a fake and I pointed out a fake. And it was just that simple.
So, guys, this is Kim Ringold. Remember the conscious stripper in 2015? This is when Dr. Umar Johnson was going around saying that he's abstinent and he doesn't have sex with people, but he was screwing this lady and she had.
Well, not only that, man, but not only did he say he was abstinent, but then later on, what does he tell women? Oh, ladies, you must have your co-wife. I'm not dating singles no more. You must have your co-wife. And said he dates in pairs only. And that's the thing. I have never understood why there were so many African women supporting this man when he literally told you that, you know, he was the cookie crusher, that he you know, he was calling you queens and then comparing you to food the next. And then, and I would take this as the ultimate insult. When he told everyone that he only dates in pairs, that means he's saying he doesn't value women individually. You have to have double the people for you to matter as a woman to him. Did you see the women Umar was with in Ghana with? You know that she isn't the only fan that I didn't see it in Ghana, but what I did see is when he was in Africa, or maybe that could. Well, actually, no. Maybe we're thinking of the same thing, because there was a video I'd seen. Maybe it was in Ghana where he was with these group of women, where one said, "Welcome to Africa," and another woman said, "We have our king here," because they actually call him over wherever he was staying at in Africa. He was actually being called king. He calls himself prince here, but he was being called king. And they're saying, "One Africa, we love you all." Maybe that's the same thing. So maybe we did see the same thing. Quantity over quality. Yeah, that's exactly the message. And yes, it was definitely polygamy.
Male sons that she wanted him to kind of assist her with.
No, it was a different event, Jay. Then I guess we're thinking of two different videos, because I did see one video where he was in Africa. I didn't think of what the country was at the time, but he literally was there saying with a group of women. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think I saw that, because, I mean, I did see him outside in the streets of wherever he was, and there was these women that were around him. One lady was saying that, calling him the king and saying, "We have our king here and we love him." And another was saying, "Well, welcome to Africa. It's one Africa. We love you all." And they were actually calling him the king. Williams.
As far as counseling, but instead he was counseling her from the back.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
And then there's more.
Stealthing women. Like, take the condom off while he's hitting it.
So he took the condom off while he was hitting you?
Yeah, this was towards the end. This is towards the end, not these times.
How many times were you guys, together sexually?
Maybe about 4 or 5 times, but we were having sex multiple times within those times. Like, he would come over.
Okay, so are you saying you had sex 4 or 5 times, or because that's what she was asking? She was being polite about it, but that's what she was asking. And Lene, being, Lene, didn't understand the question, was like, "Oh, well, we had sex a bunch of those 4 or 5 times." Like, yeah, that was the question.
And we would have sex like 3 times in that day.
So this is Siobhan Stone. This is a lady that was a Umar Johnson follower. And not only was Umar Johnson allegedly clapping her cheeks, he was clapping.
Oh, it wasn't alleged. He was. Both of them don't deny that. Like Umar, she said 4 or 5 times. Umar said about I think Umar said 4 or 5 as well. But Umar claimed he only had sex twice out of those 4 or 5 times, I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
And then taking the condom off, all right, which is called stealthing. So
and in this is the one instance I actually have to defend Umar, not because I want to, but because I have to. She turned out to be a major liar, and we and 3257, because I can't pronounce your full name correctly. I don't know if you're aware of this, but we actually, if you want to go to Moneyboy Trey's channel, he actually got sent evidence that she was in contact with Umar Johnson even before she went on her, like she was in contact with him and talking about going up against the most vocal critic of Umar Johnson. Crap, I can't say his name correctly. But basically, she was talking to Umar even before she went out claiming to be a victim, and she was talking to him long afterwards. And he was just, but here's the thing. He wasn't responding to her. These messages show that she was sending him walls and walls and walls of text, and he was barely responding to any of it at all. So when she talked about Umar Johnson, you got to remember, Lynn and Honor, that was his name. And you just got to remember that she was conspiring against Lynn and Honor before she met him, and Umar Johnson wasn't responding to it at all. He didn't consent to anything she was saying, and she lied about a lot of her stuff. She photoshopped a lot of the text messages to frame a specific narrative, and then when you see all of it, a lot of what she was saying about Umar Johnson was false. Now, still fuck Umar Johnson because he's a hypocrite, a liar, a racist, a homophobe, and just genuinely a despicable person overall. But when it came to Lene Stacks, a lot of the shit she was saying about him was not true. I have to defend him on that, only in that instance because it's to be fair. I don't like defending the man. I despise him on a personal level, but we have to acknowledge that Lene Stacks was lying about what she said about him in a lot of cases. You don't have to like the man. You just have to be fair.
This is what he was doing. And if you're stealthing, you're going to go ahead on and leave it in. So you might get somebody pregnant. Okay. So this is what he's trying to hide. So let's try to tie it all together. Right. He doesn't want Shannon Sharpe to be exposed, even though he's in Zesty Nation, or he might be, because Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't want this out.
Umar in bed, so he's packing. He's got a little bit of
salt and pepper walrus. Oh man. Yeah. I you're not wrong there, Saint. Umar Johnson wasn't doing anything to help his case. That much is true. And he's still a liar. It's not to say, his character is any different or we should feel any sympathy for him. But, it's just to keep the record straight of we got to hate. It's like this. Hate someone for the right reasons. Even if you hate someone for what they do and how they are and you can't stand them as a person, if someone's slandering against them, you got to keep the record straight because then, where's the integrity? But yeah, you're right. He didn't do anything to help his case.
length and a little bit, he got a lot of girth. He's a chubby. So he doesn't have the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? There's not that rhythm. He said he can't dance. I believe him. Like there's no rhythm. It's just straight. If you want to do some circle winds or whatever, everything, all that shit gotta come from you.
So Tasha K asks about the cheek clapping skills.
I know. And what I can't believe is how sexual she made that shit and people actually wanted to talk to her after that. Because, that should have indicated to people how much of a freak Lene was. Hey, don't forget the elbow porn. Don't forget the elbow porn, Williams. How she tried to seduce him with a full-on shirt, and the only thing that was exposed was the elbow. Elbow porn. Ain't that something?
Of Dr. Umar. And, we hear about what they have to say. And she's saying that, listen, if you let Umar clap, all of it got to come from you.
Well, goddamn, independent. Who the fuck's gonna be aroused by a freaking fully clothed woman and all we can see is the elbow? Like, goddamn, there's nothing there to get excited about. SOS. Yes, that's all it was. I mean, if that's all we can see, that's elbow porn. I'm sorry, that's what it is.
Now, this is probably the worst thing because Dr. Umar Johnson preaches the black community through and through. He is a person.
Yeah, it is. It's still his fault.
That tries to set a standard for how black men and women should behave. He goes all around the world discussing these ideas. And yet, Dr. Umar Johnson is being framed here as a person that largely only wants to use black women for his own sexual conquest. Okay.
I mean, that's true, though. She might have been bullshitting. Lene might have been bullshitting and what have you about a lot of the things she said about Umar. But him being a sexual deviant was very clear. I mean, he makes it obvious himself. That's not a frame up. That is a fact. He was literally always saying sexual shit about women, always calling them his African queens, always talking about how he wants their booties, making kissing signs as he put gloss on his lips, and he did this all on video, and then telling them they got to date in pairs, and then saying, then threatening other guys, saying if they didn't stop, criticizing him, he was going to take their girls. So, I mean, that's all they are, is a sexual conquest. And then we discover, women as cookies, exactly. And then we discover that he has kids he's never raised, for mothers he doesn't care for, and he didn't teach any of the values. So women are just his sexual conquest, because he will hit them and then quit them, and that's his thing. That's not a frame up. That's something that he made that clear himself.
Now, imagine how many of the women that inbox Dr. Umar Johnson, and I'm not trying to say that these women are not, down with the get down. Of course, some of these ladies could be doing some really silly stuff, trying to get their cheeks clapped and all that. But as a leader, as a person that has a platform as strong as Dr. Umar Johnson, we would believe that he would not be engaging in this level of foolishness. But
I mean, again, he didn't try to deny it, though. Like, whenever anybody confronted him, the only thing he's denied is sleeping with white women, which we know isn't true. But I mean, yeah, I mean, that's the type of women, just the crap of the population. Yeah. I know he is too old for it, right? But what I'm getting at is this dude's talking as if we could expect him to have higher morals and whatever. But I mean, his own rhetoric, his own statements, his own dehumanizing of women are all riddled within his speeches. So, I mean, even if we didn't have the evidence, even if we didn't have all the women, I mean, just listen to what the man is saying and you can see that that's how he acts.
What we're finding out is that he is different than what he's selling us. And this is the problem with Umar.
We've known that. Many of us have known that for years. I mean, that's not really in dispute anymore. I haven't really seen anyone trying to defend Umar anymore. I mean, yeah, back in the olden days, Like back in 2014, 2015, and 2016, and possibly all the way to 2018, yeah, people were still defending that man. But now on the internet, it's like, yeah, Umar still has supporters. That's true. Obviously, people still donate to him. But how many videos you seeing out there saying that they support him? Or everybody's got Umar Johnson wrong. No one disputes how terrible he is anymore. So I don't understand where he's going with that. Yeah, only his cult. Yeah, done with voodoo. Exactly. Yeah, only his cult.
He doesn't want to be exposed. So what happens is he tries to teach his audience or to portray his audience not to behave in this way, because really this is behind closed doors. That's why he's so quick to defend other people who are being exposed. Like, let's say Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. When Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is being exposed for being a fake doctor, Dr. Umar Johnson will not hold her accountable. And the reason why is, if he can get Black people to focus on the bigger issue, which is white supremacy or something else, or Trump, then when he's going around doing his dirt, like doing this behavior, then you know what? Then you won't expose him. He's literally trying to train the women. This is a form of grooming, okay? So basically, sisters, when you deal with me and I treat you like the 304 that I think you really are, it's wrong for you to tell on me, because this is personal.
He doesn't want to talk about the kids. He wants.
Okay. Yeah, he's the clown for the get down, exactly. And you're not wrong necessarily, but host, but at the same time, it's like it's not just grooming. It's much more worse than that. It's cultism. Like, what he wants is to have a cult of people to just continuously donate to them and give him cookies. That's what he wants. That's really what he wants. It's not just grooming for the women. It's not solely on them, and it's not solely just to get with them. And yeah, she does look like she's 80. I agree with you. But it's also just for the cultism. All of it is. So guys, listen, this is what I want you guys to understand. Yeah, we make fun of Umar all day. Yeah, we hate him for his scamming. Yeah, we call him a piece of shit for what he's doing. But one thing you should never forget is there is a diabolical element to what he's doing from a psychological level. It is a form of grooming in the sense that he's trying to get the women to feel bad when they try to, leave his cult or say something negative to him. And then he does try to deflect by telling you about this, about Trump, this and this and that. But here's the truly diabolical reason he's doing these clownish behavior. It's because, one, he wants to ensnare people. He's always looking for a new audience to ensnare. And once you've been ensnared, he wants to set up a psychological condition to where either you fully believe in what he's saying and you won't believe anyone else, or even if you're not fully brainwashed, he's going to put you in a situation where your pride won't let you leave. Like, you don't want to be known as the guy who got fooled by Umar Johnson. You don't want to be known as a cult follower who was foolishly put in to believe into a false promise that never came in. Much worse if you donated money to that cause. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna force you to defend him and stay in his lane, not because you actually believe in the man, and not because you actually know that not that you don't know he's full of shit, but because to admit otherwise hurts your ego, it hurts your pride, it makes you feel like you don't want that on your reputation, I guess, and so you'll continue to donate and support him, even though you're basically in a cult, because otherwise it hurts your ego. Exactly. Cognitive dissonance. And that's why he's doing it. He needs new recruits. Exactly. You guys got it. You guys get what I'm saying. So that's why it's happening. So it is fun to poke at him, call him an idiot, call him a failure, and these are all true. But don't forget, there's actually a diabolical psychological strategy for why he's doing it. We're not dumb enough to fall for it, but other people are. Yeah, they will be the one to make him change, and that's where the mistake starts.
He wants a picture of you. He want to see that ass, see if it's fat, and then he'll get engaged. Y'all are dealing with a predator, and y'all push this in front of the line.
But wait,
He's not a good guy. So other women have came forward. We know that he's stealth. He likes to hit it. He likes to take off the condom. He's been doing that shit to women.
so not only did she experience this, she's saying that other women have experienced this. Now, let me just talk about this for a lot of the folks, in the pro-Black community, which I am a part of, in leadership. In leadership, in the Black community, typically.
Yeah, I agree with you, Williams. But see, Williams, that's exactly what I'm getting at, right? I completely agree with you that they need to take accountability for it, but it's exactly why they won't. That's where that's where the problem starts. We know, and they know that they should take accountability for it, but they don't want to take accountability for it. So they'll continue to support him simply because they find it easier to be a cult follower and continue to do what he says as a much easier way to deal with the fact that they were fooled than go out in public and say, yeah, I fucked Umar Johnson, and yeah, I fell for it. He wasn't the dream prince of Pan-Africanism I thought he was going to be. He didn't do shit, because then everybody looks at them and says, well, you should have known better. You made the conscious decision to sleep with him despite not having all this information. You made that mistake. They don't want that type of responsibility, Williams, and that's why this strategy is so diabolical, because Johnson knows that. And so it causes them to either stay silent, continue to support him, or just try to deal with being in the cult, simply because it doesn't hurt their crime. It doesn't hurt their for whatever reason, it makes them feel like it's easier to go that route than to take accountability. And that's the diabolical strategy I'm talking about. Exactly. The time and energy for BS is crazy.
Is given to those who can just basically talk very good. Okay, you're the person that's charismatic. You're the person that has a really good vocabulary, and you can really do your thing. And obviously, he is talented. He has a lot of charisma. He's a guy that is very, very intelligent. I mean, he's a great mind. I know some of y'all don't like me saying that, but Dr. Umar Johnson is elite when it comes to being.
I will say this. He's not elite in the sense that he actually knows what he's talking about, but I will agree that he is elite in that he is charming. He does know how to play people psychologically. He is a psychologist after all. And he does know how to spin a narrative to make people that feel less smarter than him and gravitate towards him. He is smart in that area. Academically, he's not that smart. But when it comes to and he's not gonna win, from an academic point of view. So he is smart and cunning in one way, and that's purely through speech patterns and playing on people's emotions. He is smart in that area, but that just makes him more manipulative and cunning than intelligent, because he just knows what to do to get what he wants. He's not really smart enough to be successful. He's never going to start a business or anything of that nature.
A history buff once it comes to understanding
Exactly.
the Black community, the diaspora's issues. He's excellent. All right. I love his framing. But now the problem is that once you start to talk about things with the level of framing that you have, you put yourself in a position of leadership. And once you put yourself in a position of leadership, then at that particular time, you're not able to have relationships with women like you used to, because why? You're talking about the issues of Black men. You're talking.
Okay, so I just have a few things to say to that. The first is, just because you can talk very well doesn't make you a leader. No, I'm not sure if I did, but let me just say this. The host is trying to say that because you can talk very well, you can frame things in such a way that you can talk about issues, it makes you a leader. That doesn't make you a leader. It makes you charismatic, as he said, and it makes people want to listen to you, and it gets people's attention, but that doesn't make you a leader. It doesn't mean you're obligated to care for other people. It doesn't mean you now have to conform to certain like rules. That's not what that means. You could be as charismatic as Umar Johnson, get people to listen to you, and then still say, you know what, fuck politics, fuck all this shit. I'm not interested. I'm just expressing my opinion, and that would be a protected First Amendment act. So when he says that makes you a leader, that's not true. It takes much more qualities of leadership than I can talk good and I can play with people's emotions. That's not leadership. That's a charismatic speaker, but that's not leadership. Leadership is taking responsibility. Leadership is I'm going to go out and achieve a goal, and whether it succeeds or not, I'm going to take full responsibility for what happens. That's leadership. Leadership is all about accountability, responsibility, and the first rule of leadership is everything is your fault. And the reason why that phrase exists is because leadership exemplifies accountability and leading the way, which is not the same thing as, well, I can talk good. And yes, he does have oratory skills, although, you know, I will say this, as an academic, I'm very, a lot of people says that he has good oratory skills. Personally, I don't agree necessarily, Dr. Nene, and I just say that because I feel that if we were to actually, you know, to compare someone with a real academic versus him, Omar Johnson's going to lose because he makes up a lot of bullshit when he does his oratory skills. He's skilled in making you feel like what he's saying is factual because he plays on the emotions, but he's not actually skilled in actually understanding academia, because a lot of things that he will say publicly is not supported by institutions of education. So I don't. Yeah, he can speak nonsense very well. Yes, that much we agree on. He can make bullshit seem like it's kind of history. Yeah, exactly. He makes them up. That's my point exactly. So I don't agree that he's a leader, and I don't agree that he's actually good at his oratory skills as people think. But I do agree that he's very good at making nonsense speak very interesting and good. He is very good at that, largely because he yells all the time.
About the issues of black women, you're telling people how they should behave. You're telling people how they should act. And at the same time, while you're doing that,
Facts, Francisca, facts.
You have to live up to those expectations because you are on your microphone telling folks what they should and shouldn't be able to do. But instead of having discipline as a black man and living your life through discipline, you don't want to do that. You want to live your life through doing whatever the hell you want to do. And then the people that you affect, you want them to be disciplined enough to not tell anybody else. And to be honest, that strategy is psychological grooming, in my honest opinion. And I believe
it is psychologically grooming, but you have to understand it comes from a position of like this. This is how Omar Johnson looks at you. He sees you as a potential victim to siphon off your resources. So he's going to come across you as a friend. He's going to say, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" He's going to feign interest. Then when you talk about your problems, "Oh, I don't have this job. I don't have this issue. Me and my wife are not having a good time," whatever. He'll, again, feign interest. He'll pay attention to certain details. And then he'll recognize, you know, what emotions you want to hear. He's good at figuring out what you want to hear. Then he's going to bolster up and say, "Yeah, you're totally right. This shit sucks. And you know who's to blame for it? White people. It's not that you don't do your job good enough. It's not that you don't need help. It's not that you need to go to school more or anything it's society's problems, man. It's the system. You've been systematically put down and you've been conspired against before you were born. It's the white people. It's the system. It's America. It's what have you." And then it all sounds pretty good because now you got a scapegoat. Now you got something to hate on, to blame, to vent out all your frustrations. And then he tells you, "Oh, well, you know what, brother? If you follow me, donate a little bit money to me. I'm building a project to get rid of this shit so that we can make a better future for our kids. Just come on and join me," and what have you. So now you're ensnared. Now he's got you. And now he's expecting you to give everything to him because he enlightened you. And then after he's enlightened you, he's gonna siphon you till you're dry. You're gonna either have nothing and he's gonna abandon you, or you're gonna be like, wait a minute, I've been following you all this time, giving you all my money, and I'm still not getting shit. And at that moment, he'll drop you. And then you mean nothing to him. He'll frame the whole thing as he's a traitor, he's non-believer, he's part of the white supremacy, he's part of the enemy, he's not a true African American, and then he'll move on to the next victim. That's how Umar Johnson is. Everything on the man, exactly. Who won't use Google? Exactly, William. Exactly. You people are on point. Exactly what I'm saying. This is why I love you, chat. Exactly on point. You all got it. Exactly.
Believe that he's doing that because he is a psychologist. And there are many ladies out there that know Dr. Umar. I know one lady who got one of the craziest tapes of all time. I don't even want to talk about it because I said I never would, but it's damning. If it ever comes out, it's going to be crazy. And I believe that something like this will come out one day. And again, it won't be very many people who will be able to defend this. All right. And again, Dr. Umar is protecting his cheeks. I'm talking about Shannon Sharp's cheeks, not because he likes Shannon, but he don't also want to be exposed. So guys, what do you think?
Well, he doesn't want to. It's too late for him being exposed. He knows he's hated. He doesn't give a fuck about being exposed. He wants people to keep donating. So he's going to do whatever he can to divert blame, to get to be relevant just for the donations. Because at this point, the donations is his lifeline. It's his career. So I don't think he's worried about being exposed because everybody's already saying the shit. Everybody's already saying he slept with a white girl. Everybody's already saying he's a deadbeat dad. Everybody's already saying that he slept with Lene. Everybody's already saying everything. He knows that. He doesn't give a fuck because in his mind there'll always be more people to scam. So I don't think he's defending him because he's trying to not get exposed himself. I think he's defending him because A, he's a hypocrite, and 2, it's controversial, so it'll get him noticed. Umar Johnson doesn't give a fuck about being liked at this late in the game. He only wants to stay relevant. The more you're clicking on his videos, the more you're donating to FDMG. That's all Umar cares about. Alrighty, guys. So that was the end of that video. I am gonna play a little bit of whatchamacallit? Oh wait. Oh wait. Oh no, I already saw that one. There's also this other one that whatchamacallit? Oh, okay. That's interesting. That is interesting. So yeah, very much a clout chaser. So we're also going to take a look at a few videos that MCB sent us. Mind Chaos Brew sent us. So, or I should say me. So let's see what this is. The first one seemed really funny to me. So this is the first one, just real quick. Oh, now let's see about the other one she sent. Maximizing space under stair ideas. Okay, let's see what that one is like. That one was funny. Let me see the other one that she sent. No, that ain't it. Let's get out of there. Let's go back here. Oh, no, that was the same one. Let me get to the other one. Okay, let's see. Damn. People really know how to maximize their stuff. He's defending him because he does his own BS. Yeah, part of it, yeah. Okay. So actually, you know what? Come up here, Miss Independent. I wanna know what your thoughts are on some of the things that we just saw. So I'm gonna send you an invite, and anybody else who wants to come up, definitely come up. I'd definitely love to hear your guys' thoughts. Yeah, I actually saw that one. I actually saw it. Yeah, I did. Boy, it was ooh, man. Well, hmm. Well, guys, if I think we've been up the stream for about 2 hours now. I've ran out of videos right now, so if anybody wants to take on the link to come up and share their thoughts, that's open and up for anybody who wants to open up their thing, or if Miss Independent wants to join, if she can. Otherwise, yeah, I can't really think of anything. Oh, except to oh, here she is. It got disconnected somehow. Oh, there she is. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
How was? I hope your surgery went well.
It did. I'm recovering pretty good. I'm actually moving around like I used to, so I'm happy.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. So, what's your thoughts on everything we witnessed so far?
Well, the first thing I think is that we need to be prepared for the vengeance of that which is Lene and the giant gray wig because she's coming.
I know. She keeps saying it. She keeps giving these prophetic, how do you say it? Prophesized videos and sections or posts saying, "Oh, this is coming. This will all of this contention between me and other content creators is going to go away. Some outside of YouTube force is going to cause us to clear up all this confusion." She keeps saying.
Yes, and don't forget about her appointment in April for the investigation.
Oh, bro, that one was the funniest shit. It's like, okay, investigation for what? And what is going to happen to us? Like, what did we do that was even a crime? We criticized you. We called you out on your bullshit, and now you're going to get the police on us? How the fuck does that work?
Man, her wig was a crime.
Bro, this entire thing.
Her wig looked like one of those church lady wigs that like a 90-year-old woman wears.
Oh boy, and I just and then on top of it, now when going to war with us didn't work, look what she's doing now. All she's ever titling in her videos is Lene Stacks, and it's like, you can't come up with any other title other than your name. Oops. Looks like a little internet connection issue. Don't worry, we'll get it back on stage. Yeah, no problem. Just a little connection issue, but yeah, as I said, all she's doing now when she gets on her videos is it's all just Lene Stacks this, Lene Stacks is a title. It's like, come on, come up with a different title other than your name, you know?
And don't forget, in the next episode, she's going to have all of the information. Don't forget that.
Right. You know, we've been denied the information 3, 4 seasons now, but don't worry, she promised the next one would be right.
Absolutely.
So here's a good question I have for you. So you said in your video that you're gonna be dropping soon. It's gonna be about the SAT.
No, my video is going to drop on Saturday. That's when I'm going to start it. I'm trying to load like 6 videos at one time.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you, because I understand you're just getting into the editing. What's the software you're primarily using?
Filmora 15.
Filmora 15. Okay. And when you said you're trying to drop 6 videos at once, could you explain to me what the process in which you're going about to trying to do that?
Yeah, you can drop 10 videos at one time on YouTube.
Oh yes. I'm aware of that. I was just wondering if you're planning is your plan for your channel to schedule every drop of video per time, maybe once every Saturday or twice Saturdays a week to schedule them out so you can focus mostly on your on the videos and then simultaneously give yourself a week for it to drop so you can focus on more videos. Is that the workflow you're trying to go with?
Exactly. That's the plan. My plan is to load it up so that I can work in the background.
Right, and that's not a bad strategy. I would give you my suggestion for resources is this. First suggestion is you don't have to stick with just one software. You could use multiple different softwares for different purposes. For example, as you're familiar with CapCut, you could use CapCut to kind of kill all the filler words that a lot of people are using in their videos so that you avoid the repetition and you avoid the nonsense of what they do. And then after you exported it from CapCut, you could then move it on to, as you're saying, the film one that you're currently using, or you could use Clipchamp, and you can do the cutting edge, and you can cut it up and add whatever else you want to add into it. So that's one way you could utilize editing and cut off and make it more faster and efficient. Use multiple editing softwares at once instead of just limiting yourself to one, because the workflow can be a little bit more automated that way.
Absolutely. I'm doing both. I'm going to do Filmora and I'm going to do AI. I have a question from Francisca.
Yes.
The question is, what will my channel be about? My answer to the question is it's going to be police and crime stories.
And that's actually a good choice, because especially in this growing climate as we move forward, it's actually the police controversies have been higher than ever in recent years. So I think your choice to go about that and to review it is actually very good.
Yeah, there's not going to be any Lene on my channel.
Let me ask you this question. When you said you wanted to use AI, could you go into more detail of how you plan to use AI to incorporate it in your videos?
You're fading in and out for me.
Oh, well, what I said was, when you said you're going to use AI, could you explain how you plan to incorporate AI in your videos?
Well, I could, but I would rather not at this time.
Okay. I only asked so that I could kind of give my expertise on it and maybe, offer you also different AI sources available. But if you don't want to say it out publicly, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, but there's no Lene, there's no Umar on the channel, no Lene. They are not welcome.
Absolutely, and I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll still offer you some AI suggestions anyway. The first AI suggestion I would offer is if you one thing you could do, you could utilize what's known as Showrunner, and it's actually open to the public. I'm a beta tester for Showrunner, but it's open to the public now. And basically, you'd be able to have access and/or otherwise create your own character and location and what have you, and then
Okay.
utilize scripts, or you could actually use for script writing. A lot of options are available to you. You could either work directly with Gemini, or you could go to Google Docs and utilize Gemini through Google Docs, or even better, this coming summer, we're actually getting what's known as Google Docs Live, which means we're going a step further from air typing to the AI basically writes every single little thing that you tell it to do. You just brain dump the thought so that you don't have to handle the editing, the writing, or anything of that nature. You just literally give out your thought and it creates the document or script based entirely upon the speed of your voice, and it works with you to change it at the speed of your voice. It's the next step from air typing. That'll drop down this summer, although you would have to be a Gemini Pro subscriber in order to get it immediately, like I will be getting it. That's another suggestion I could give for you.
Okay.
There's just a lot of evolving things going on in the AI world that could really help you out with whatever you decide to incorporate AI with.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so did you have any other questions for me at this time?
Only that I hope you're looking forward. Are you looking forward to making your own content?
I am, but my first video is going to be a senior citizen police chase, and the guy's on a lawnmower.
Ooh, that's going to be an interesting one. Well, I wish you very much luck. I'm always grateful for the fact that you supported me, so I'm going to return all my support to you. Don't ever hesitate to reach out to me to say, hey, I have an AI question and what have you, or any other related content questions. My door is always open to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to drop down, and then I'm going to put the link to my channel real quick, okay?
Yep, no problem.
All right,
I think I'll even. Yep.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Alrighty, so that was this independent, guys. Definitely check on her new channel. I have a feeling she's got the good ethics. She's going to do very well in using. It is going to be fantastic. She's going to do very well when it comes to. And she's going to do very well when it comes to doing her channel. Yep, definitely put the link up, and I think she's going to do extremely good when it comes to her new channel. I think that she has the knack for it. I think that she just needs the support like I needed it, and definitely check on the link in the description. But beyond that, we've been on here for 2 hours and 33 minutes. I don't think I have anything more to offer you guys at this time. So it was always wonderful, guys, for you to show up. Wonderful Miss Independent to show up. Definitely support her in her channel. Shout out to everyone who is here, because you guys are absolutely awesome. Whether it's Williams, Independent, Dr. Nene, even if it's somebody completely new, everybody is welcome. Everybody can always contribute, and that's what makes this such a great thing. And thanks everybody for coming, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Mr. Judge, out.